Saturday, August 16th, 3 p.m. Central, the first LineCon online live featuring Matt Dillahunty, Owen Morgan, and Dr. Darren Adair on patreon.com/calltheline. More details after this clip. Rachel in Wisconsin, you are on the line with Jimmy and Arden. I might leave you with Arden for a moment because I gotta pee. Arden just asked in the Discord, trying to be secret, how late we're going. Till you want to. I'm gonna just go whenever. Yeah, anyway, go ahead, Rachel.
Okay, so my whole thing, one, is you guys classifying all MAGA people as transgenders. We're not all trans.
Yes, you are.
No,
yep.
No,
even if you don't personally hold animus toward it, if you vote for the Nazis, you're a Nazi. If you vote for trans hate, if you vote for Project 2025, if you voted for the Nazis, you're a Nazi.
I'm a Nazi. I'm a Jew.
Tell Stephen Miller that.
Rachel, lots of trans people hate trans people.
And we were talking about a metaphor, by the way. If you are MAGA, you are voting MAGA, and you are supporting MAGA, you are operating as a hater of trans people, even if you personally like trans people. MAGA is hurting trans people. And there's no way around it. Yeah, I see you're related to one, and I hope that you stop working.
My dad is related to me, and he hates me, so.
That I have ever been around. Okay. That I have been involved in having a conversation about this topic because it is so deeply personal to me.
Yep.
The objection is the medical intervention in children.
Yeah, you're full of shit. I mean, that might be everyone you talk to, but MAGA's thing doesn't. MAGA, when they're coming in, they're doing their argument. They're not talking about, they're talking about some completely other issue, and then they think they've got the gotcha. Okay, what is a woman then? What is a woman? That actually, what MAGA hates is that there are people born with penises that are presenting themselves as women. Because let's be honest, they don't really care much about the other people. They might have some animus, but MAGA's hatred is at queer men and trans AMAB people.
So if I can jump in here real quick, Rachel, and I do want to hear what you have to say. For me, when you're saying that, like, oh, not all MAGA people, hate trans people, like, sure, I don't think my dad would tell me he hates me, right? But he voted for a world where I have had less rights. I've had to work about 3 times as harder in my day-to-day life because now my rights have been rolled back. Now I'm afraid in my state that I live in to go out in public and go to the bathroom because the laws are getting more and more harsh, more and more scary, more and more restrictive. My ID is at threat of being redacted in a way that causes me to have to out myself to anyone who I present my ID towards. So whether or not you hate me, you are actively advocating for a world that makes my life demonstrably worse, which to me is indistinguishable from you hating me.
Okay, here's my question. Was your birth certificate changed when you transitioned? Because my brother's was.
What relevance is it to you what my birth certificate has on it?
Okay, because his birth certificate now says he was born a male, and because his birth certificate says he was born a male and not a female, he is at no risk of any of the things that you say are happening.
That's not true.
Happening.
That's not
literally
true.
Laws are passing to reverse that.
People who've had their birth certificate changed, people who have had their birth certificate changed and applied for like a passport, right? Had the U.S. government send them, despite the fact that their birth certificate said female, there's no indication of their actual assigned sex, and despite the fact that their previous ID had female on it, were sent by the U.S. government IDs that invalidated their gender. If you think the U.S. government doesn't know because you're the person in your life who's trans, let me finish. I'm almost there. If the person in your life who's trans, I think you said it was your son. I don't know if I remember. If you think that the U.S. government doesn't know what their birth certificate originally said, you are very lost because they absolutely know, and they will absolutely change it.
You're basing stuff like you guys did to the other caller on your personal experience.
No, Absolutely not. Actual laws and data. You're the one sitting here saying you're the
community is going
That's funny.
You are so full of fucking shit because Rachel, please shut up, you hateful monster toward trans people. Please shut up for a moment. Jesus Christ. Rachel, you literally you were given data, you were given laws, you were given information that at an institutional level is true, and you said, my brother is fine. You're the one who has introduced anecdotes against data, not the other way around. By the way, one of those things would be that the AP NORC poll conducted in May 2025 showed that a large majority of Republicans would take away any public health insurance coverage for gender-affirming care. So much for loving trans people. You actually want them to lose their health care. I will now unmute you, and you can take those corrections and see what you want to do with them.
First of all, state insurance has never paid for any medical intervention for gender-affirming care.
Excuse me, say that again?
Actually wrong.
Sorry, Rachel.
Easily demonstrably wrong.
Rachel, that's a lie. You just lied.
Well, then that's your state. My point is, if you have a problem with the way we live in the United States of America, if your state is
if you tell me to move, I am going to scream.
State, you can.
Rachel, you can leave.
You think Rachel, you leave. Move out of the country? What drugs are you on?
Rachel,
please tell me what drugs you're on right now. List every single drug you've taken in the last 6 hours.
Rachel, you leave America. You hate America clearly because America was built as a country that can adapt and change as we get new information that should advance as science advances. Now, you leave America. You leave America. You hate the Constitution. You hate trans people who are American citizens. Leave America. Get the fuck out of America. You're a piece of shit. You hate it here.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't.
Why do you hate your trans child?
Trans people.
You hate your trans kid.
Your brother, whatever he is.
First of all, not my child. It's my brother.
Why did you tell the screener it was your child?
The best thing that ever happened to me.
Why did you tell the screener it was your child?
My daughter, first of all, I told the screener two things. I said I have a trans brother, and I also have a girl who, up until she was 13, almost 14, told me she was a boy.
So a minute ago when I said, why do you hate your trans child, and you corrected me, I was correct that you told the screener you have a trans child.
My child is not trans.
Why'd you tell you told the screener you did?
Did your child say they're trans?
I am very concerned for your child and whether or not they're actually trans being the daughter of you.
Oh my God. You don't let people finish, that's why.
I don't let bigots just sit there and whine about what bigots they are.
So no, Rachel, we actually let people engage in discussion when they're not spreading misinformation. But the thing we don't do on this platform that does happen on TikTok is we don't just let people bowl us over to spread misinformation. We actually get in to correct people.
I love the way you just look for a key word that you can whine about. Earlier, I didn't call you a Nazi, but I used the metaphor of Nazis. Like, I'm not a Nazi, I'm a Jew. Like, listen to the actual words and understand when a metaphor is being used, and then also stop lying in response. Rachel, you haven't let me finish the fucking sentence, so why are you complaining? You've interrupted every fucking thing I've said. You are a trans-hating, lying asshole who hates America, and you should leave it. You hate America, and you should leave it.
When she went through puberty, turned into a girly girl, but up until then, told me she was a boy.
Great. You should leave America. You hate it.
I've seen it from both sides.
You should get out of the country because you hate it here so bad.
No, actually, I don't. I love the fact that
you hate this country. You hate that the Constitution. You hate the Constitution.
You voted for Donald Trump, though, right? So you actively don't like a lot of parts of the Constitution. Right.
Donald Trump has talked about defying the Constitution, not changing it, defying it. Changing it's fine. That's what it's built to change.
Where did he defy it?
Are you kidding? How about January 6th?
What? Oh, stop. No,
how about fucking January 6th?
Deal with somebody who's going to say,
how about wait. Rachel, what is the emoluments clause?
You're going to bring up January 6th on a whole different thing.
You asked a question and I answered it. Rachel, you asked a question and I answered it. Rachel, what's the emoluments clause?
What?
What is the emoluments clause? Are you Googling it to see if you can find it and not be shown to? Oh, you hung up because we decided to go and talk about things that you don't know and prove that you don't even know the Constitution, let alone whether or not Donald Trump has violated it. And Donald Trump is the most blatant violator of the emoluments clause there is. You hate America and you hate trans people, and fuck you in your fucking face. What a fucking
What's also crazy is I think January
shit.
6th could be a great example of how Donald Trump and anyone who voted for him absolutely detests the Constitution.
Yeah,
but
no,
honestly, genuinely, that wasn't even in the top 10 list of things I was thinking about because so many things have happened in the last 6 months that are blatant violations of our Constitution that it didn't even break the top 10 list in my brain. I was actually caught off guard when she was like, oh, you're going to bring up January 6th, aren't you? Like, well, I
answered the
should,
question.
and that would be valid, but actually no, because there's so many times where he's done this that that's not even on the list right now.
Go pack. I hope that's why you hung up, to pack your bag so you can leave the country you hate so much.
Hi, everybody. Hey, a reminder that you should hit subscribe and all that kind of stuff, especially as we extend the line out onto this channel and are going to be doing call-in shows and releasing clips over here as well. You don't want to miss all that. It's gonna be delicious. Now, while I have your attention, this Saturday, it could be today or in the past, depending on when you saw it, but this Saturday, August 16th at 3 p.m. Central will be the first LineCon Online Live, a thing where we do 3 lectures featuring hosts from the line, and then a Q&A with those 3 hosts. This Saturday, it will be Owen Morgan talking about Christianity in Hitler's Germany. Then Dr. Aaron Adair giving a speech on what has physics done for you lately. And then Matt Dillahunty will be closing it out, the lecture hour anyway, with understanding logical fallacies. You can then join a 1-hour Q&A with the 3 of them, and all of that can be achieved only if you are on our Patreon, patreon.com/calltheline. We're using that as our virtual ticketing system. If you are on the $15 or above tier, you will be able to attend live and participate in the Q&A. Otherwise, it will go out to the rest of patrons thereafter on the $5 and up tier. Check that out, patreon.com/calltheline. You don't want to miss it. And people who go to that will have exclusive access. Only if you attended will you have access to a Zerba first edition shirt that will not be coming back. And if you don't know what Zerba is, then, that's fine. Thank you.